Here we are. Again, we are on FSD beta 10.10.2. We're going to just do a couple of quick tests to see how it goes. I've done a little bit of driving, so I've taken away a few observations so far. So we're, as you see there, the little blue icon means that we're in autopilot mode or in FSD mode. Just going to creep out here and interesting. Okay. And we're crossing. So the first test I wanted to do was just simple roundabout. So we'll see how we do going around the roundabout. And I just basically keep my hand on the bottom of the steering wheel to apply light pressure so that the car knows that I'm here. That's really all that I do. If I touch the gas pedal or the brake, I will let you know. It'll disengage that little blue icon though. Here we go. That honestly could not have been smoother. That was excellent. So I'm going to stop, pull over, and I'm going to configure the the navigation to go left at the next roundabout. So we'll mark a destination right there. So the goal here is to go around that roundabout. Let's see how we do. Engage, and here we go. So slowing down for pedestrian. Previous iterations, by the way, the car would have just stopped. Even though we were half a block away, the car would have just stopped. Now it's making smarter decisions about where to stop and where to just slow down as it approaches the person or the obstacle crossing the street. So I think that's a pretty significant improvement. All right, here goes. And there's an oncoming car. Interesting. I didn't see the car coming, to be honest. And beautiful. That was really excellent. We'll let it go ahead and go through this roundabout too, just for fun. Awfully fast coming in. And I think I'm going to stop there. I'm going to hang my head out and see how close we really are. Yeah, I think I could have trusted the vehicle more there. It would have been fine. We had about 8 or 10 inches away from the curb, so I think that was on me, not on the car. Okay, we're going to do a simple right turn at a stoplight. A little slow on the takeoff there, but executed well. Okay, now we're stopped behind a car waiting for a light. The vehicle does not see the light. As you can see, the little blue line here, it's considering going around this bus, which would be a mistake. This has been... Now, navigating around static objects is something that was mentioned in the release notes, when it's safe to do so, but that's exactly the behavior I've seen on other software packages, and the release notes talked about the vehicle going around static objects in the lane of oncoming traffic, which really isn't this scenario. But in any case, in my opinion, that's an ongoing issue. The vehicle is not looking far enough ahead to realize that that light was up there, so that when the light's blocked, like it is right now from our view, it thinks that it's behind a parked object that it needs to go around. So the next mistake here is when we take a right turn, there's a bus lane is the most immediate right. What has been happening is the vehicle will go into the bus lane instead of into the primary lane of traffic. So we'll see what it does here. Ideally, it would see that it was a bus lane and stay out of it. Here we go. Again, slow on the takeoff. And directly into the only bus lane, unfortunately. Ah, smart. Okay, actually, that's an improvement. In past iterations, it did not navigate out of the bus lane. Now it's going to navigate back into the bus lane because we're going to take a right turn. I actually think... Oh my god. I don't know what that was, but that was not right. So I disengaged. I'm going to go ahead and do my own right turn here. I have no idea what that was. It swerved out of the bus lane, even though it was it was correct to be in there. It swerved out of the bus lane and back into the lane of traffic, kind of unexpectedly. That's a bit of a bummer. Now we'll just do a simple left at this stop sign. It's interesting, it jerked to the right a little bit. I wonder if that was for that bird or if that was just a coincidence. All right, too far back to really see traffic. There is traffic coming, so we need to stop. And it would be safe to go now. A little slow on the takeoff. We are set to the assertive setting, so this is as punchy as things get. All right, and that's the end of that track there. So I'm going to disengage. I'm going to pull over and set a different destination. All right, we're going to do another roundabout test. This is another left turn at a roundabout. Just engaged. Here's the roundabout. Plenty of room around it. Okay, we're awkwardly stopped in the intersection, essentially. You know, it navigated that roundabout very well, just a bit slowly, for my taste. And then we'll do this roundabout up here, going just straight through it. That seems to be a little easier for the car, for obvious reasons. Oncoming car ought to make things interesting. Okay. Plenty of room around the... Oh, very nice. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. We'll go ahead and engage. Now, the issue with this intersection is, so far in every software package, the right turn, the vehicle ends up in the parking lane, and then finally realizes it's in a parking lane and moves into the actual lane of traffic. So we'll see if this has been improved at all. Looks like we're going to get a red light, though, so we'll have to wait for traffic. Also, I have noticed when pedestrians are this close to the curb, like that, it often throws the vehicle off, so it's kind of good news for the test that they're going to walk through. The blinker has turned off. Okay, there we go, it's back on. It's odd that it keeps turning it off and on. It's off. Now it's back on. Very strange. Okay, now we have a green light and pedestrians. Here we go. And yep, we're in the parking lane there incorrectly, right? Not great. Cars come to a stop in the middle of the traffic lane. I'm going to go ahead and report that. That's not just wrong, it's also annoying, if not dangerous. So, all right. In this test, we're going to try to take this right turn, not this right turn, but the next right turn. There's a parking lane that's open that has no vehicles in it, and ideally the vehicle would go into the proper lane of traffic. This is a two-lane street. Past experience has been that the vehicle goes into the parking lane and tries to drive down that until it finds a car parked and then tries to navigate out of the parking lane. So far we've seen that doesn't appear to be any better, but we'll give it one last try. A little too far back to see traffic here. All right. Looks like we are clear if we hurry. And voila, we're in the wrong lane of traffic. So she actually did correct pretty well there. I'll go ahead and disengage. Not bad, all in all, but not ideal. Intersections and cut-ins. So there have been improvements in the modeling of intersections. I'm curious if the visualization has improved at all. It sure doesn't look like it. One thing I have noticed, though, is that the vehicles in the visualization have apparently a new ability to shrink and grow. I'd love to show you an example of that. What it looks like is like the standard truck icon, for example, can be very long for a bus, or it can be very short for a short truck. It's essentially stretching and squishing the icons. Let's see if I can find an example of that. There we go. You see that car stretched and then it became a bus. Here we go. So, very smooth corner. We have a pedestrian running out in front of us. Do you see? Okay, previous iterations, that was a perfect example. Previous iterations, the car would have short of slammed on the brakes, basically. The car would have stopped very abruptly and far away from that pedestrian, which is, that caution is great and I understand it, but what we just experienced was much better. So the car did nothing immediately when it saw that pedestrian. It waited until it became necessary to slow down for the pedestrian, right? So that disrupted traffic less, and I think that's no doubt that's a significant improvement in this, because we're constantly seeing cut-ins. And another illustration, this and this is the same icon. One is squished and one is the normal size. I don't recall seeing that in previous software versions. Here we go, right turn with pedestrians. So I can't remember if it was 9 or 10, but they mentioned better estimation of the time it takes for the pedestrians to cross. So see, it started the turn there before the pedestrian's out of the way. Now that the pedestrian's out of the way, we're going to go ahead and make the turn. Beautiful. And that's where my navigation stopped. So I have no doubt the cut-in, we'll go ahead and just do straight down the street. Cut-ins, here's another instance, did nothing in that case, which is perfect. Cut-ins have been improved. I mean, the abrupt stops due to cut-ins have been reduced, and that's both for pedestrians and for vehicles crossing, which I think is a huge step forward. I also think that the average right and left turn seems to be smoother in intersections. Here's a cut-in. In previous iterations, it would have slowed down for that. Tapped on the brakes there a little bit to make sure that vehicle wasn't coming at us. I don't know. All in all, it's not the dramatic improvement that I was hoping for, but there are noticeable improvements that make the driving a little bit smoother and more comfortable so far. Okay, in this test we're doing an S-curve. You see we move from Greenwood to Finney Avenue here, but it's not a corner, it's a curve. And as you saw, we just had a blinker there. In previous versions, we've gone so far as going directly into the turn lane, which was a mistake. In other versions, we've had it slam on the brakes about here when it realizes that it's not a corner and it's not sure what to do. So far, we're doing quite well. Yeah, it appears that may have been solved. I'll run that one more time just in case that it was not solved, but it appears that might be solved. That would be a notable improvement for sure. Alright, here we go again. We'll look for the phantom blinker. We'll see if we end up in a turn lane. Ideally, we just smoothly navigate an S-curve. That couldn't be better, honestly. I wonder if it's better due to the lead car, or if it's just finally an issue that's been solved. In any case, happy to see it. Put that down as another point for 10.10.2. thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you found it interesting. I certainly find this stuff fascinating. I love watching the changes from version to version. So take care. Thanks again. Bye-bye.